FX Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And in this video guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you essentially what trading with our indicators looks like. A lot of setups that actually happened today guys using our indicators. That way you know exactly, there's no question anymore about how to use the indicators and what it is that you're looking for. All right, I have plenty of examples of trades that we took today that actually happened today. So let's go ahead and jump into the charts guys, and I'll break these trades down for you so there's no question about it. It'll be very black and white to you. All right guys, let's get it. All right guys, so let's start off with EURCAD. All right, and so first question is, how do you get the indicators? Guys, if you don't know how to get the indicators, simply all you have to do is just go up here to the indicator list, literally just type in FXN, and these three indicators will come up. So if you have not added the indicators, or if you haven't gotten the latest updates, all you have to do is just delete the indicators. So go to the list here and just delete them all, and then basically re-add them back to your chart as we've added new things to these indicators. Primarily, you'll probably notice the high of the day, low of the day, and then it also gives you essentially these the yellow lines, yellow and orange lines if you want them. Basically, it's the previous week's high. And then yesterday's high, yesterday's low. So it'll print those out for you there automatically, besides just the regular boxes. All right. So all those things, guys, these are always being essentially updated. So huge shout out to Rob for doing this for us and making sure we have the best possible indicators we can have. But anyways, guys, let's get started with this. The first one is EURCAD, and guys, pretty simple. On EURCAD, we basically had second leg W happen right towards the end of the London session box here. So essentially you can see here that the setup was right here. Now, the way that we do this, guys, is very simple, right? When we trade this, we're basically trading it saying that this is going to be either the initial high, or this is going to be basically the high or the low of the day, right? It's basically how we're trading it. So if we are correct and this is going to be the high of the day or the low of the day, whatever the case may be, then essentially, you know, we're not looking for them to come back and try to hit those lows, because they'll basically release the traders that they have trapped already. All right. So the trade that we had essentially for EURCAD was right here. First leg here, second leg right here, and then we had the crossover happen on this candle here. So trade would look something like this. You could have a 12 pip stop loss. I would normally just put it underneath that candle, because if I'm wrong, I want to be wrong right away. And then essentially you would have, I mean, right now this thing's still going up. It's gone up, damn, about 83 pips. 80, let's say, call it 75 pips on one trade on EURCAD. Okay. So EURCAD, and you can see if you missed the London, basically you got a second opportunity here during the US session. Basically it was a continuation trade from the US session. So it went right back, it touched the 200 and then went right back up. So essentially the trade setup, guys, was simple. First leg, second leg in the box with the crossover here. Okay, very simple thing, guys. All right, we're not complicating it. We're literally making it as simple as possible. All right. Also, we're touching yesterday's low as well. So that's another confluence as well that you can have for confirmation. And we're basically riding on top of the 200. For the US session, you see we came back and we touched the 200 again, and then we took off again. All right. So that was the first trade. Another trade that we had was Euro JPY, and essentially this was a second leg that happened during the US session. All right, so essentially you have price that moved up from the Asian box. First leg happened during London. Second leg, you can see here at the beginning of the US session, you had your crossover here, and then you worked your way down. So essentially the trade setup, depending on how you did this, whether you got in on this short candle or even after this next candle here, you're still within 15 pips or so as a stop loss, and you're still grabbing about 18 pips or so. Remember that during the US session, highly likely that you're going to get about 20 pips, and that's pretty much it, unless it's news induced. This trade right here, you still get about a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and you're still within your 15 pip stop loss or whatnot. Next trade was euro pound. Euro pound went up 30 pips or so. This was basically a second leg from the London box here, as you can see. Very similar trade to EURCAD, really. So you had a quarter wood here, and then a spike down, and then you had the crossover happen right up in here, where the little dot is here. Now again, you did get a second opportunity essentially to trade it as a continuation trade. All right, going all the way up. Now some of you may have tried to trade it back down as an M formation back down, and that's fine. So if you got caught in that, guys, it's okay. Just know that this was essentially a continuation trade. You're looking at let's say 9:45 in the morning. You have basically the 50 and the 200 here, and then also the top of the range. So you got a couple things where price came back to and then just bounced off of there. So if you did get into this trade as an M going back down, okay, and you see the next candle going straight back up as a railroad track, bouncing off of the let's say the 250 and the top of the range, guys, you should know that's a continuation trade going back through what happened during London. Okay, but the initial trade was up here first, and you could rode it all the way up to the high of yesterday's high, which is up here. All right, next trade, pound JPY. Pound JPY, same thing. We actually got here's the first leg here, second leg here, and then you had the crossover, and then essentially all the way down. So around what, 60, 79 pips on this particular trade. Again, from second leg M formation, crossover 5 and 13 right there during the London box. Okay, you had a second opportunity again during the beginning of the US session right here, and you could have taken that one down also. So if you missed it during the London session, essentially you could have gotten it from the opening of the US session. Pound CAD basically second leg W formation from the US box. You see the first leg here is during London, second leg during the US session, and then this one went all the way up to essentially yesterday's high. So again, these lines here of previous days highs and lows are going to come into play for you and help you out, because you can essentially start to use them as a form of take profit as well. All right, so again, this was about 61 pips, guys. There was a lot of trades yesterday, last night, today on all these pairs. So USD, pound USD basically was a continuation trade off of the move that happened during London. So continuation trade meaning, like London, we had a move down, and then we had a retracement, and then a move down again. So this move here was the trade during the US session. All right, there was no trade set up here during the London session. Okay, this is not a trade setup here that you could have traded for the London session. The trade setup came as basically a continuation trade setup here. So, and it went right back down again. All right, pretty much like what the other pound pairs did. Okay, continuation trades. Last one here on the pound was pound Swiss. Pretty much same thing. We had a move down during London. Again, no setup during London because we didn't get a second leg. And then here we had basically a continuation trade down. Okay. This continuation trade, I mean, essentially any of these candles you could have gotten in on. And remember, guys, that these dots that paint, the only reason they are painting is because the 5 and 13 is crossed over. That's it. Okay, so just keep that in mind, please. This is just indicating to you that the 5 and 13 crossed over. That's all it's doing. All right. But this is, again, another trade that could have been a possibility for you. And then there is one more, I believe, which was USDJPY. And that was essentially the same thing, a continuation trade off of the US session here. So during London, went up to create the high of the day. And then essentially during the US session, you were no longer at the low of the day nor the high of the day. You were kind of in the middle. So anytime you're in the middle, you pretty much get a continuation trade that goes on. So essentially that's what you got here. So again, about 20 pips on USDJPY. Guys, if you really look at it, I mean, there are at least, I would say out of all the trades, that were here, clearly there were at least 4 trades that were clear and obvious that you could have taken. All right. So let's just say you didn't feel comfortable taking the continuation trades on USDJPY, or let's say even pound Swiss or even pound USD. You still had Euro JPY, Euro pound, pound JPY, EURCAD that were clear and obvious trade setups. Okay. So this is what I'm telling you guys, that if you're just patient and wait for it to come to you and wait for them to show you what they're doing and just be patient, all right, and don't be thirsty and getting into the trades way too early, all right, let them show you. Guys, with this trade setups, with these trade setups, if you're getting, let's say 5 to 6 trades a week at 30 pips a pop, I mean, you can make 30 pips whatever you want. It could be $3, it could be $300. That's depending on what leverage you use for your account balance as well, and your lot size, of course. Okay, so 30 pips can be whatever it is that you want it to be depending on what lot size you use. All right, so if you're just taking 5 to 6 trades a week and getting 30 pips out of each trade, 20 to 30 pips, I mean, come on. You can build an account with that. So there's no need to literally rush this stuff. If the trade setup is there, you take it. If it's not, you don't take it. It's pretty simple. Just don't overcomplicate it. All right? Literally, just don't overcomplicate it, because all you're doing is you're looking for M's and W's that happen within one of the 2 boxes. Either you get the W or M in the London box, or you may get it in the US box, or you may get the first leg in the London box, second leg in the US box. But either way, all you're looking for is M's and W's that happen inside of the box, and then you have then just wait for the crossover to happen. The crossover is your extra form of confirmation that should give you essentially the confidence that you need to basically take the trade. Okay? I mean, that's it, guys. It's pretty simple. We can't make this any more simpler of trading. Okay? You just have to control yourself and just be patient. The whole point that you're doing this is to make money, obviously, but the whole point of you making money, the only way that you can make money consistently is if you pick the right trade setups. The right trade setups and consistency of the right trade setups automatically gives you the outcome that you want, which is money. Right? So just be patient with it, guys. Don't rush it. All right? Trading is supposed to give you some of your time back. It can't give you your time back if you're on the charts 24/7. You know what I mean? So if the trade setups aren't happening within the box, take a break. Come back for the US session, or come back tomorrow for London session if you trade London. There's no need to be greedy at all about this. It's pretty simple. All right, guys, I hope showing you these setups here essentially shows you what you're looking for. What type of trade setups are you looking for? Okay, because again, today was just a day that had a bunch of them. Okay, is it going to be like this every day? No, it's not. Some days you may not get none. Like I believe yesterday, Monday, there was barely 1 or 2, 3 maybe. So there's going to be some days that have a bunch of them, other days that won't have a lot of them. And that's okay. When there's no days that don't have any trades, take the day off and go spend it with your family. Go do something. All right, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week. Again, trade smart, guys. Focus on the trade setups, not the money. The money's going to be there automatically if you do the right trade setups. All right, guys, until next time, thank you and have a great week.